you all for having us and kicking off the election season. My name is Maria Gutzeit. I am a resident of Newhall. I am a small business owner. I own an environmental compliance consulting business, working with industry to understand and implement environmental regulations. My husband is also a small business owner, and we have a 4-year-old daughter that will be going into the Newhall School District in the near future. I have, on my handout, I have listed some community activities I've been involved with. I've been in the community. I first moved here in 1988. I moved away a little bit in the late 90s, joined my husband back in 2001, and we're proud to be residents of Santa Cruz. Probably my most notable activity that you have heard about is I've been on the Newhall County Water District Board of Directors since 2003. That is an elected office. And I think one thing that I've been told to mention is that we are elected, our board officers are elected by our peers. We don't automatically rotate. And one thing I think I'm proud of achieving there is a balance in that we have different political parties on the board. It's a nonpartisan office. But my fellow board members have elected me to be either vice president or president for 8 out of the 10 years I think that I've been there. So I try to demonstrate consensus and listening to all sides. That's how I operate in government. And I would like to bring that approach to City Council in Santa Cruz.
Thank you. First question, please enumerate what you have done for the community of Santa Clarita and real estate over the past 10 years, and why do you deserve to represent Santa Clarita Valley should you be elected?
Okay, again, I'll look back to the water issue and how I've performed in that area. I think what I want to illustrate is a clear balance between environmental and business interests. You don't often see that, I think, in today's polarized politics. It's either environment or business. Newhall County Water District has led the way in conservation, in environmental efficiency, but also holding rates low, cutting costs, reducing staffing, and still providing water for new projects like the Disney Ranch and the new Castaic High School. We've had areas want to leave another water district and come to us because we're easy to work with. And I think that that attitude is what we need to foster in the city to continue to have growth. It cannot be growth versus environment. It can't be residential versus business, certain business sectors versus others. We need to be welcoming and accommodating to all types of businesses and activities while still taking care of our environment that draws people to Santa Cruz Valley. Other activities that reflect on a neglected segment in this community, I've been a senior center board member. I was on the senior center operating board for 5 years. I know seniors often feel that they don't get the attention they need, and that is certainly a vital service in this community. Seniors make up a large part of the population and probably aren't the sexy charitable cause, but there's definitely a need there, and I'm really proud of serving that underserved need over the last 10 years. I guess the other major segment that I've worked in over 10 years would be the environmental area. I was appointed by Supervisor Antonovich to be on his LA County Bicycle Master Plan Committee. I also worked on the City Bicycle Plan Master Committee. What that did is that developed the planning for the trail system and interconnections between the city trails and future county bicycle access, which makes this a real recreational destination. Also served on the city's Open Space Committee and the MRF Committee, because I try again to bring a balance between environmental and community and business interests together.
Thank you very much. Your second question. Excuse me. What are the 3 important issues you wish to address to accomplish as a city council member?
The main areas that I will address as a council member, absolute top priority is jobs. I am your most business-friendly candidate, being in a small business, starting in Fortune 500 and going to a small business, I get business. And jobs are hurting in this valley. I don't mean minimum wage jobs, I mean well-paying, middle-class jobs that enable people to buy homes here, enable people to shop here, enable people to stay here with their families and not commute. So I will recruit middle-class jobs, film, skilled trades, and also support local family-owned businesses. In my opinion, we have enough big box stores. They're great for sales tax revenue, but I see the local family-owned businesses struggling with expansion. We need to make that easier for them because that's the heart of this community. On a very related note is families. I mentioned my senior center participation. Supervisor Antonovich actually had an interest in working on a senior center. The YMCA approached me on a youth center. I would like the city to facilitate these kind of services in a partnership and end up with some nice facilities for our families. Intergenerational family child center would be terrific. Some activity to help the sandwich generation, the working parents with children and elderly parents. That's a neglected area. I will work on that. And lastly, as I mentioned, environment. I know sometimes that's perceived as a touchy issue in a business-oriented community, but no one has my business background and demonstrated commitment to the environment. And we need people in office that bring that together. We need to have business and environment be co-equal goals. We need incentives for business to go green, incentives for homeowners to go green, and enhancements to our parks, trails, and open space that bring people to Santa Clarita.
Thank you.
Actually, there's 2 more minutes left, so if there's anything you wish to say.
Well, I would like to see if anybody has any questions for me.
Okay, anybody want to ask her a question?
You're talking about incentives, so would you be for mandating homeowners point of sale issues?
No, I wouldn't call that an incentive. I would say that's a
You said
deterrent.
incentives for.
Incentives, what I'm thinking about is some cities offer solar panel rebates for their homeowners. Also, I see a lot of debate on the Building Industry Association side about incongruent environmental standards from the county to the city. Nowhere in there is a promotion of, hey, let's build a green office park in Santa Clarita and market it as, you know, California's first LEED certified office park. If we're going to have environmental requirements, let's not make it a burden, let's make it a selling point. Let's have people want to move to Santa Clarita because they can get half off on their solar panels. Let's have them want to locate a business here because the city has contributed to a green office park and help them via zoning or deferred permitting fees or something like that. We need to make the environment a plus, not a negative. And I have previously and continue to oppose mandated fixes that are on the back of a homeowner on sale. I don't think that's appropriate. And people are crunched enough these days. Any other questions?
What specifically would you do? You talked about jobs being important in economic development. What specifically would you do to create jobs and support small family?
All right, you have 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30
Okay,
seconds.
what I would like to see is zoning, a broader zoning category that will embrace manufacturing, which is typically a higher wage job. And I would also, similar to what I just said, like some relief for small businesses on connection fees, permitting fees, whether it be lengthening a term, no interest loans, something like that. People just can't pay $100,000 to expand their business when you're a family-owned business, and we need to reward those guys for success and help them out a little bit.
Thank you very much.